So when they came to me, what was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to think like the political pundits, that somebody would say, well, if you do it, if you bring a motion, people will see it as a personal attack on Maskell, and you have a vendetta against him? They were asking me, a sitting member of parliament, leader of the opposition, somebody who has been in politics for 20 years, a practicing attorney for more than 20 years in this country, to do something because nobody else would do anything for them. I didn't ask for them to come to me. They came to me. And I wrote a letter to the Prime Minister of this country. All he had to do was investigate it. And if I was lying, he could have said to Barbadians just what they want to say, and they say about all opposition leaders, that they cannot be trusted and they're trying to cause strife and ruction in the country. But instead of that, the Prime Minister of this country took the only road that he knows, which is the low road. And instead of protecting the interests of Barbadians, he sought to protect the interests of his own political party and his newfound friend. Instead of calling him aside and asking him, tell me what is going on and what went on, P.J. Patterson had to resign from the cabinet of Jamaica. He would later return and became Prime Minister, but he had to resign because he had signed some kind of deal, I think, with an oil company. The public was questioning it, and the government of the day said, you have to take a sabbatical. But you have untouchable people in this country. I have no vendettas against anybody in Barbados. And I don't plan to develop any at 45 years of age. But I want to say this. Stand and rest assured, as has always been my political history in this country, that if people, including my constituents, I haven't said this yet, but there are people working at Hardwood Housing Factory who come from my constituency, who have been interfered with. I ain't adding no more. I don't need to add anything else to the story. But they will be defended by me at every cross and turn, and by the Democratic Labour Party. So I gave him 30 days. We didn't have to have a no confidence motion. We didn't have to have a public accounts committee inquiry. He could have acceded to my request. I did not make it lightly, and I gave him 30 days. And he opted not to inquire. And I said I would bring a no confidence motion against the minister. A no confidence motion is not a criminal charge. Perhaps some of them should be criminal charges. But a no confidence motion is not a criminal charge. It is an opportunity for us to expose wrongdoing or culpability, acts of moral turpitude, or where a minister of government has exceeded his or her authority. And we took the parliamentary course well knowing that we would not succeed on the floor of the House. Well knowing that we had to contend with somebody like Rohit. Well knowing that the members of the Barbados Labour Party, all of them to a man and woman, would stand up and curse us in the House. But we still decided that we had to do it in the interest of the people of this country. And don't doubt that they will curse me. I I am now used to that. And I came into politics, and there's not a day in which they do not fabricate some rumor or lie or innuendo about me. But I sleep comfortably in my bed every night as leader of this political party. I want to let you know that. They brought legal action against me. That's right, I'm next to my wife. She can attest to that, unless I'm out of the island. They brought legal action against me, served writs on me in Eagle Hall. What happened? Nothing. They wrote me a letter for calling the Prime Minister Ali Barbadians, say he was a thief at that meeting. But they wrote me a letter about that. And you would have witnessed what would have happened in the House of Assembly. And when the likes of Mia Motley can start to parade again around this country, and you, the citizens of Barbados, know that every single mother of a girl child must be wondering, when is my child going to be a victim of hers? And yet she's puffing up her chest because she is looking for political relevance in Barbados today. But I didn't start any rumors on her. The man who wrote the letter, the note, and gave it to the reporter to ask her the question about condoms in prison was Owen Seymour Arthur. And he wrote it because he did not like the results of an opinion poll which said that her popularity was increasing. And when the reporter asked her the question, she found herself in all kinds of problems. And then he said she was wounded, and now they are trying to rehabilitate her, but they can rehabilitate her at my expense, or at the expense of the Democratic Labour Party. So if they wish to bring her back from political purgatory, that is their business. But it has nothing to do with the agenda of the people of Barbados and the way forward for this country. And I am telling you, you have to beware and be careful and be alert to people who would exercise power in the way in which Mia Motley has been exercising it. And I'm going to give you some examples tonight. She is not going to eat and devour the Democratic Labour Party. She will not do it. So that anyone who does or says anything that appears harmful to the Barbados Labour Party, she is out front now to try and bite them up and spit them out. But my name will not be added to that list. Firstly, I'm not a woman, and I am not intimidated or in any way afraid of Mia Motley. I have never been, and I will never be. I know she intimidated by me because the first thing out of her mouth to everybody she meets, and it's part of her political strategy, is to say David Thompson is my friend, so that you will suddenly believe that you can let down your guard. It is part of the stock and trade of the Barbados Labour Party. I know that from the short must have heard Barney Lynch walking around telling people that I am his friend. Well, I get very worried about that. Look at the kind of friends I would have if they were my friends. Mia Motley on one hand and Barney Lynch on the other. I do not think that I could sink any lower in public estimation if that were true.